So, hello everyone, Leo here, Chilean physician and science fiction author and editor to POW. Welcome back to my channel. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, which was about, let's say, my author side, as my third published was recently published. My third book, I'm sorry. My third book was recently published. In this one in particular, in this video, I'm gonna be talking to you about, or telling you, or recommending actually, something that was born from my editor aspect when it comes to my relationship with the literary world. Books!
Oh! You have never interested me more.
So, as I've mentioned in every video, but as I've mentioned before in more general aspects, as an author, I've published in Puerto de Escape, which is one of the publishers here in Chile, and also in Sietch Ediciones, which is currently my publishing house. And there, I do have my place as an author, but also, on another hand, I do have a place as an editor in terms of that I have a special kind of agreement with the publishing house, because I'm not the main editor of the whole thing. You know, I just have my little place where I can propose, and I can bring certain manuscripts that I think that I do like, that I think that are worth the publication, and if I am allowed by my boss at the publishing, I can, you know, work on this. So I do publish certain authors by being their editor. I don't have a regular amount of books, but it would be, I guess, I can do that. I don't know, 2 books a year perhaps. So it's something that I don't do that often, or perhaps 3 a year. I don't know. I'm not sure. How many books have I edited? I would have to take count, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think about 6. I think I've edited about 6. I haven't counted them. But anyway, so I got out of track, you see? Ah, man. But well, it's about my editing thing, my editing part. And having done all of that work around and getting confused in my own ideas, I do want to introduce you or tell you the newest book that I have edited.
Anyhow, the books. Are you seeing the books? Everything you would want to read is right here. Feel it. Feels good, right? Now smell it. Nothing smells like that.
And I'm very happy about it because I think it's a phenomenal work. And of course, I do highly recommend it. You know, because I love this. I love the whole project and working with this author and doing everything that was related to the birth of this book. And I'm talking about...
Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please.
Cut!
Nick, snare drum. I shouldn't have to specify. Jess, that was a symbol.
Cymbals are part of the drum kit.
This one. So this is a new book by Cuban author Elaine Vilar Madruga. The name of it in Spanish is Abominable Pureza del mundo, which in English would be like Abominable Purity of the world. Well, things to mention about this wonderful book. First, the author, Elaine Vilar Madruga. Well, I think she's a great author. She's one of the prominent voices when it comes to not only the fantastic literature, but also, I would say, I don't know, in general, when it comes to young authors and very prolific authors from Cuba in particular. She moves also sometimes to Canada. She comes back to Cuba. And this is not actually the first book that she publishes here in Chile, because I do have the other one that she published before, which I also think is a beautiful book, which is this one, Salome, by our friends from La Pollera Ediciones, another publisher. And this is a short novel. And this one, the one that I'm showing you, which came out just a few months ago, it's a short story collection. And all of this, from all of this time, from the last years, I've come to be, I've come to have a whole friendship with Elaine. So it's been a literary friendship that's been very nourishing and very rich. You can see her, for example, in one of my older videos on YouTube, where she sent a video from Cuba saying something about one of my books, Adiós Loxonauta, this one. And so we've gotten this relationship in terms of the literary world, which has been fascinating. And this is the newest result that has come out of that. And this book also, I have to mention, I was the main editor, but I had a style corrector that worked with me, who I have to mention because he finished some of his studies in editing, and he was very professional, and I do want to highlight him. It's Daniel Maturana Caballero, who is also a Chilean science fiction author as well, and he's also doing some of this, and he worked alongside us, and this is the end result. Actually, he was the one that, when we were working on the title of the book, I would say that he was the proposer of the end title, so there is that. The cover is by Titi Luatong, Thailand illustrator from Thailand, and the insides have all the typical style of Sietch Ediciones by Mitchell Dev, which are beautiful books once again. So this was a very, very interesting project, and I had a lot of fun working on this. We were working with Elaine, editing the stories, I would take them, do the whole editing process. We were working, back and forth in terms of putting something here and fixing something there, or trying something else. And we also worked a lot in the final shape of the book itself, where the stories are going to be, how are we gonna set them up so there is a continuity that would make sense to us. And in the end, what you get is this book, this short story collection that actually I'm gonna read you for a brief introduction. I'm gonna read you the back cover of it. That it's in Spanish, of course, but I just translated it so I could do this. So the back cover of the book says, "There are sunflowers at the end of the world. There are human skins covered with precious tattoos, kahlos, picassos, botticellis, living paintings. There are revolutions and expiration dates, copies and originals in disuse, innocences and horrors, huntings and couplings. And there are sentences too. They're all over the place. Thou shalt love thy mother above all things. Abominable, pure, raw, and colorful, the old painting of our final days is an inevitable existential chiaroscuro." Inevitable. You get it.
Wow.
So, with all that in mind, if you're looking for something to read, practice your Spanish, of course. It's good science fiction by Cuban author Elaine. This is a really, really wonderful book. And I do highly recommend it, not just because I edited it. Of course, there is some subjective aspect of that, but it's a wonderful book. So I hope that you enjoy it. And well, if you would like me to, have another video about editing and that aspect, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you would like me to mention something else about this book, or about the editing process, or about being an editor in a small country like Chile. Small as a relative concept, of course. You can let me know, as I mentioned, and I may think about what kind of video I can do next. So, well, the previous one was about me being an author, and this one's about the editorial part, but highlighting Elaine, of course. So I guess the next one, I don't know, it's gonna be about dermatological stuff, I guess. That would be the proper line of evolving videos, I would say. I don't know, we'll see. So, I do hope that you enjoyed this one as much as I did. That's it. Take care. I'll see you in another one. Have fun. Read a lot, and see you soon.